The world of Gilead is crumbling, but is it enough to bring down its brutal regime? The battle for freedom has reached its breaking point. In the final season of The Handmaid's Tale, everything we thought we knew is about to change. Prepare for a heart-stopping journey where nothing is certain, and every step forward could be the last. In the quiet darkness, the echo of distant footsteps fills the air. A solitary figure steps out of the shadows, cloaked in red, the unmistakable symbol of Gilead. The camera focuses on the figure's hands, trembling as they reach for the ground, fingers brushing against the cold earth. It's a silent reminder of the years of suffering and resistance. The flashbacks come fast and sharp. We see June, once a lost soul in a world of fear, now standing tall, defying Gilead at every turn. Images of past betrayals, heartbreaking losses, and moments of rebellion flash before us. The Waterford House, a symbol of oppression, looms over the past, while the scars of the colonies haunt every step forward. In the midst of this chaos, we hear a voice, not of June's, but a whisper. They thought we were weak, but we have survived. The whispers grow louder, and the camera cuts to shots of the handmaids, their faces determined, their hearts heavy with the weight of what they've lost and what they must now fight for. Each step in their journey has led to this moment, the final season where every choice could tip the scale. Will they be silenced, or will they finally be free? The music swells as the images build to a crescendo. The screen goes black, and the silence speaks louder than any words. The fight is not over. It has only just begun. The wind howls as the camera pans across the broken landscape of Gilead, a city in ruins, its once towering structures reduced to shadows of what they once were. Through the haze of smoke, we catch glimpses of familiar faces, eyes filled with a new kind of fire. They are not the same people who once hid in fear. They are survivors, fighters, rebels. A slow-motion shot of June, her face still obscured, her eyes locked on something ahead, something beyond the horizon, beyond Gilead's hold. A close-up reveals the determination that has hardened her features. Over the years, she no longer cowers in fear, she moves with purpose. This is the final act, and she will not back down. But the road ahead is uncertain. Across the screen, brief flashes show other key figures. Luke, looking out at the ruins, his expression grim but hopeful. Commander Lawrence, his stance no longer one of authority, but of a man forced to reckon with his own complicity in the destruction. The tension between them all is palpable. They're not allies, not friends, but perhaps in this last battle, they have no choice but to fight together. The camera cuts to the resistance, now more organized, spreading quietly through the darkness. We see a symbol, a flag of rebellion, hoisted high by a handmaid, its edges torn but its message clear. The world may have forgotten them, but the fight for their future is unstoppable. The sound of their boots hitting the ground echoes like a drumbeat of revolution, signaling the beginning of the end. But amid the chaos, something more ominous looms. A new force, one that's been lurking in the shadows, now moves closer, their intentions unclear. The camera shifts quickly, showing an unknown figure, their face hidden, but their presence felt. They're coming for everything, and nothing will be the same after they arrive. The final season is no longer just about survival. It's about choosing what's worth fighting for, and what will be left standing when the dust finally settles. The silence is deafening. The air feels thick with anticipation. The camera zooms in on the horizon, where the faintest glow of dawn begins to pierce the darkened sky. The world is holding its breath, waiting for the clash that will determine the future. This is no longer a battle of survival. This is the moment where history will be rewritten. We see June standing at the edge of a ruined city, the weight of what's to come pressing down on her shoulders. Her gaze is steady, unwavering. She knows that the fight she's about to face will change everything. She's not just fighting for herself anymore. She's fighting for every voice that's been silenced, every life that's been stolen. The red cloak that once symbolized oppression now flutters like a banner of defiance. Suddenly we cut to the resistance, handmaids, rebels, and ordinary citizens who've had enough. They are no longer hiding in the shadows. They move with precision, each step calculated, each moment decisive. Their eyes burn with the fierce knowledge that this fight could be their last. Yet, in the chaos of their march, there is something new, something that hasn't been seen before. Unity. It's as if the very air itself crackles with the promise of something greater than rebellion. This is the dawn of a new world, one where the oppressed rise, united in their strength. But the question lingers, is it too late? As the first shots are fired, the camera captures fleeting moments of intensity, faces twisted in rage, bodies falling, and the world shattering into pieces. The music rises, matching the speed of the conflict. In the heat of battle, a voice cuts through the noise. This is our chance. We must take it. In the chaos, an unexpected alliance forms. Characters from opposite sides, with different motivations, now fighting side by side. The tension between them is palpable, but it's clear they have no choice. In this final showdown, there can be no room for division. Every movement, every decision could be the one that tips the scale. As the camera pulls back, we see the full scope of the battlefield, a mix of destruction and hope, with the future uncertain. The rise of a new order is not without its cost, but for the first time in years, there is a glimmer of something better on the horizon. The fight for freedom is more than just a war. It's a revolution that will forever change the world. The dust settles slowly, blanketing the battlefield like a heavy, suffocating shroud. What was once a place of violence and bloodshed now feels eerily still. For a moment, there is silence, an uncertain peace. But that silence doesn't last long. In the distance, the faintest sound begins to rise, a cry, soft at first, then growing louder. It's a child's cry, the sound of life, of something worth fighting for. The camera slowly reveals June, standing amidst the wreckage. Her face, though still obscured, carries a weight that words can't describe. She looks around at the destruction, at the lives lost, at the price paid. But then her eyes shift upwards, toward the sky, toward the future. The first rays of sunlight pierce the gray clouds above, casting a soft golden light over the ruins. The camera pulls back to reveal a sweeping shot of the land, once cursed by Gilead, now scarred but free. New life sprouts from the cracks in the earth, fragile but determined. The system that once held the world in its grip is crumbling, but it's not gone yet. Not completely. There are still battles to fight, still decisions to make. The struggle for a better tomorrow is far from over. But now, the people who once cowered in fear have risen. The handmaids, the rebels, the oppressed, they all stand, together, watching as the sun rises over the wreckage of the world they fought to change. And though the future remains uncertain, there is something undeniable in the air. The winds of change. The camera cuts to one last image. June, standing alone in the ruins, looking ahead. She doesn't smile. There is no relief in her eyes. But there is something else. A recognition that the end of Gilead is near and the dawn of a new world is within reach. Her journey, their journey, is not over. It's just begun. A voice whispers in the silence. The Handmaid's Tale. The final season. The words echo like a distant promise, one that carries both hope and the weight of all that's been lost. And as the screen fades to black, a single line appears, flickering like the last embers of a fire. What will be left of Gilead? The fight for freedom isn't finished. It's only just begun.